What's up, guys? Mark here with Real Bucks Talk. I want to talk about Jason Light and his past history of his NFL drafts. So it's draft season now. The Bucks are real rebuilding, so to speak. I mean, Tom Brady's gone. We're gonna have a new quarterback. Is a quarterback on the roster right now, and this is a Jason Light drafted quarterback, as in Kyle Trask, or do we go out and find another one in the draft, signing someone? Who knows, right? Could it be a trade? The NFL offseason is insane, so it's going to be exciting nonetheless. Let's break this down. So let's look at how Jason Light's been drafting since, let's say, when BA and Todd Bowles were here. His To me, he's very reactionary with his draft classes. If you look at Devin White's selection, top 5 pick. I wasn't the most happy about this, but they're staying true to how they run defenses and how they want to run a team. It took Devin White in the top 5, an inside linebacker, because Quan Alexander had just left. He left in There was a wide open gaping hole next to Levante David, and shoe in Devin White, number 1 pick. Then, yeah, you can see Sean Murphy Bunting, Jamel Dean, Mike Edwards. They truly wanted to fix that secondary that was piss poor uh, under Dirk Cutter and Mike Smith. It was ugly. It was a nasty defense, not in a good way. So then you keep on going. Why is Tristan Wirfs there? Who do we lose? DeMar Dotson. You lost a big gaping hole at right tackle. So back-to-back drafts, your first pick is usually a reactionary pick. Tristan Wirfs. I agree with this pick because guess what? It's a guy right on the line, on in the trenches, close to the ball. That's an effective playmaker, or not playmaker, but a guy that will affect the ball at every snap because he's blocking for your quarterback who is going to be the decision maker. I like that value. To me, inside linebacker wasn't necessarily the highest value, but it is what it is, and he's done good things in the history of him being a Buccaneer. He's been doing well, but this is a contract season. He may blow up. Let's see. But to me, great pick, Antoine Winfield Jr., another Pro Bowler starter. Good pick by Jason Light. But you look behind that, nothing much else there. Like everyone else, either a non-contributor or not on the team right now. And you go to, okay, we won the Super Bowl. Yay, everyone got happy. Do we build for the future, or do we kind of keep getting things and building on strengths? I didn't not disagree with this. I mean, JTS, I like the pick. I thought he could have become something. I think he's just maybe being a late bloomer. That cerveza sickness may have slowed everything down in his progressions because he was a young player, missed the season because of that. Hopefully, he sprouts out this year, but that's remains to be seen. But then you get Kyle Trask. Potentially, that's looking to the future. This is his opportunity to kind of step in, or do they find someone else because Dave Canales likes someone else? Robert Hainsey, he started pretty much the entire year at center because Jensen went down. So good first 3, and then Darden not on the team. KJ Britt potentially could be something. He's more of a special teams player, and everyone else isn't there. And then last year, I talk about a mulligan at this first pick. So why did Logan Hall get picked? Dominican Sue gone. We got to fill a hole, right? This is his mo. We got to First pick has to be a reactionary move. We got to fill in a gaping hole that we have. They picked a Logan Hall, a tall guy that doesn't play with leverage and can't stop the run. For Dominican Sue, who does play with leverage, very consistent, stops run well. I didn't understand this pick. I still don't. He's gonna have to prove a lot of people wrong that are Buck fans because he did not have a fun season. Okay. And then Luke Gedeke, another head scratcher. Yes, we needed to fill a hole left by Marpet retiring, by Kappa leaving in free agency. I feel like he's reaching with these picks. And this is not what you want to do. You want to see where value matches up with your need. And if it doesn't, you got to go with the value first. Can't be chasing needs all the time. And that's where I want to mention that Jason Light's been very reactionary as of late. And just looking at his past drafts, with BA and Todd Bowles as head coach now, are they going to do the same? Are they going to be reactionary? I mean, I hope not. And then if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, so 4 of the last 5 have been defensive players in the first round or your first pick. I would assume it's going to be a defensive player. And then you look at some of the past drafts or the mock drafts you have coming up. Peter Report, what do they have? Their ideal pick for Todd Bowles, Brian Branch, safety. Why do I think that's going to be a reactionary move? Because who's a free agent right now? You got Jamel Dean, you have SMB, you have Mike Edwards, all are free agents. Can we bring one of them back so we don't have to reach for a corner or a safety? I'm not one to bring a safety in as your first pick. I mean, we saw back in the day. So look, check out this draft. I was banging the table for Vita Vea in this draft. Everyone wanted Derwin James out of Florida State. We ended up getting Jordan Whitehead in fourth round. Great pick, smart man, smart move by Jason Light. I'm hoping this is the situation we get. I'm looking more for playmakers and guys in the trenches that will make an a big effect on the game closer to the ball. The further away from the ball you get, you're more reliant on guys closer to the ball. So I'm hoping it's not going to be this. I think it's more going to be an ideal way for Jason Light and Todd Bowles to get fired, probably, but that's my opinion. He is a damn good player. A lot of people speak highly of him, kind of compare him to Minka Fitzpatrick, but Minka Fitzpatrick has an amazing defensive front in front of him. So you got, and we haven't had a pass rush, and I don't know how long. Every year we talk about we need pass rush, but instead of getting more of it, we manufacture it by blitzing more. You got to find a way to win with your four, whether it's four, you're sending in blitzes with it, but you got to find a way where guys can win, and you can't just keep relying on Vita Vea because we had this in the past with Joe McCoy. It was a one man show. Yeah, you need the guys that get drafted to start showing up, but it is what it is. You need to find ways to manufacture a pass rush. If it's Brian Branch, great value, yes, but is it necessarily the best pick? I mean, Brian Branch again. You see CBS Sports over here. I can understand the value. I wouldn't be upset, even though I just said that's a one-way ticket for Todd Bowles to get fired. But it's just the value to me as a position, he's great. But for what our team needs are, do we want to be reactionary of just going cornerback? I know we have Shaq Barrett coming off of Achilles injury, JTS. Does he take that step? We were hoping for it last year. It didn't really happen. So what do we see? And then another mock draft. You have Will Levis, QB, Kentucky. I don't know if he falls as far. Teams always trade up for quarterbacks. I've seen even Anthony Richardson being called for our name. Very reactionary again. Tom Brady leaves. But let's see what happens in this draft. It's going to be fun. It's going to be kind of cool. But this is a Jason Light make or break. It's not just Todd Bowles' job on the line. Jason Light's going to have to knock this one out of the park. And if he gets a draft like, dare I say, the 2021, where it's JTS, Kyle Trask, Hainsey, where it's guys developmental, they need time to come about, or dare I say 2022, that was a terrible pick, in my opinion. I hope he proves me wrong, but that was not doesn't play to the scheme. Let's see. He's going to have a lot of time to start because he's pretty much slotted in as your starting defensive tackle right next to Vita Vea. So let's see. I mean, Jason Light's going to have to knock it out of the park just as much as Todd Bowles is going to have to coach them up to have a successful season because his name is in the hot seat right now, and the Glazers don't like losing. It is what it is. It's a production league. So I'm more leaning on fixing this defensive front as opposed to fixing the secondary. I know there's a whole lot of holes, but I'm hoping you can at least bring one of them back. And Todd Bowles, you're a great secondary coach, right? Coach them up. Let's see what you can bring in and coach these guys up. Because I McCollum was a what's it called? A good pick for looking towards the future, a proactive pick, but is he going to have that step making moving forward? We'll see. We'll find out. But on that, guys, let us know down in the comment section down below. What do you think of Jason Light's current drafts? I mean, the last two have not been pretty. He's going to have a massive home run on this one. And who do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be a reactionary pick like Brian Burns? Like you've seen some of these mock drafts have said, or do you think it's going to be something where D line to help out the pass rush, or dare I say, help Dave Canales with a quarterback or something along those lines? It's going to be a crazy wild ride. I think it's going to be fun. Buckle up. It's going to be a crazy ride. But either way, it's a Bucs life for me. And with that said, until the next one.